Hey guys, it's me, Bricks and Kyber, with another video for you, and today we will be ranking all the LEGO Star Wars sets that are currently out, so the time period of January till May of 2023. So what does this exactly mean? Well, basically, so far we have 13 LEGO Star Wars sets, and I will be simply just taking them and ranking them in my personal opinion, which one is the best and which one is the worst. But before we begin, there's a few rules. First of all, no keychains, no poly bags, and of course, no promos. However good they are, I just think they're not actual sets, as I am today talking about only the retail sets that you can actually buy in the store. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we jump in, if you were to leave a like on this video, I'd appreciate it. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so number 13 is the Brickheadz Heroes of Endor pack. Now, I don't hate Brickheadz, I actually really like them, and I have a few. But this pack in particular, I just think is the worst, as I don't care for Brickheadz that much. I think that regular retail sets are simply better, as I just prefer sets that have, for example, minifigures, that are actual play sets, that have fun features. In my opinion, those sets are the best, and that's why I had to put the Brickheadz here very low. Though I really like that the price is very consistent with these Brickheadz. I think this pack costs $45 or something like that, which is a very good price, as you get 3 regular Brickheadz and then 2 small Brickheadz. So a very nice price and a very nice set, just not for me. Alright, number 12 is the Bush helmet. Now, this one is extremely cool. I really like the design of the helmet, I like the techniques that it is used, except again, I am not really into helmets. I don't really care for that entire sub-theme, and I think the diorama sub-theme is far better 18 plus thing that LEGO should be doing, or the MIDI scale sets, which we will get into later on the list. So this exactly helmet doesn't really do anything for me. Bush has a really cool design, of course it's Princess Leia, but I just don't care enough to really have this set, and I think the other helmet sets are just simply better, which we will get into in a second. Number 11 is Boba Fett's Microfighter. Now, it is a really cool way to get Boba Fett. This, of course, retails for $10. I really like Microfighter, as they usually have a cool figure, and they're the only Star Wars product that hasn't really been hit by inflation. The Microfighters have stayed $10 since 2014, which is incredible. 10 years almost of Microfighters, which is another thing that is incredible. But I really like this one, as that Boba Fett figure is really amazing with the arm printing, and I love it to death. Though I wish the helmet was actually dark green with the jetpack. Luckily, they didn't skim out on the face, and he has the same cool face that he has in the other sets. Now, moving into number 10s, we have the UCS X-Wing. I actually really like this design, and since it was announced, I really enjoyed it. Many people disliked it at first, but I think it's really cool, and over time it has even grown on me, especially that I saw it in person at a LEGO store, and I really love that the plaque is finally printed. It's not a sticker. I have a few UCS sets, and they of course had sticker plaques. Finally it's printed, so I can't wait to see more UCS Star Wars sets with printed plaques. As for the figures in the set, they are phenomenal. What is there to say? That Luke Skywalker figure is absolutely perfect. However, I kind of wish that they would have gone back on the 2018 mold for this set, as I personally still think that that is a really cool mold for the X-Wing pilot, as it had actually the visor, and it was dual molded, and it had side helmet printing, which isn't at all seen here in this new X-Wing. And I just think if they now maybe made a new mold for the X-Wing pilot, now was the perfect time. But I'm fine with it. I think still the figure is spectacular, as oh my gosh, that arm printing is really good, and dual molded legs with side leg printing, perfection. And the set itself I really enjoy. However, I'm not really into the big UCS models. I personally even preferred the Land Speeder that they did last year. I think that was a really cool design. But yeah, that's it for number 10. Now, number 9, we have the Endor Speeders. This would have been far higher if not for 2 issues. First one, the price is $80, and I just couldn't justify putting it higher on the list due to that price. And second of all, the figures. They really skimmed out on these figures. Luke and Leia have printed ponchos instead of using the 2015 piece, which would have been far superior. And none of them have actually new face prints, which really makes them seem lackluster. Luckily for us, the Scout Trooper pilot is amazing as well, with the brand new head mold that they did in 2019. Personally, I really love the build of this set. I think the trees are really cool. I like the technique that they used, and they used that brand new Lord of the Rings leaf piece to create plants around Endor. However, in the end, due to that price and look and lay, I had to just put it so low on the list, as I think there are far better sets than it. One of those being number 8, the Commander Cody helmet. Now this is a helmet I actually really like, almost even picked it up. The build is really nice, it represents Cody very well. I love the orange, and I love the different shapes that they can do with the helmet series. It's really incredible how much techniques they use in those sets, which is one of the reasons why I was so eager to buy one of these sets, just to see the different techniques, but in the end, I didn't get one. Maybe it's for the better, maybe it's for the worst. I'll probably wait for a sale. Okay, so number 7, we have the Rex helmet. Another great helmet. What is there to say? It's very accurate, I love the design, and I love the different shapes and angles that they were able to do with Lego bricks, and there isn't just really much to say for me. This is actually the helmet that I almost bought. I really love Commander Rex, and I love his helmet design. That's why I'm biased in putting it at the very top of the list, as I think he has one of the coolest Clone Trooper helmets. Not the coolest, as I still prefer the Arc Trooper helmet, but probably the second coolest. Number 6, now we are going away from good sets, because we are going in to some really great sets. Starting off with the TIE Bomber, retailing for $65. This is a set that people wanted for years, of course. I think we all remember those leaks that were on the internet of fake TIE Bombers over the years, and finally LEGO bit the bullet and made one, and I think it turned out really cool. We of course get Darth Vader here, a Gong Droid, a TIE Pilot, and Admiral Salone, of course, from the Aftermath books, if I remember correctly. Really cool to get a book character. I think LEGO should do more of that. Perhaps a Rel Averus would be pretty neat, or an Eli Vanto would be cool as well. However, again, don't think that is happening, though Eli Vanto is actually pretty possible, maybe in another Imperial set. But that is besides the point. The TIE Bomber is a great build, and I really love especially how they managed to create that cockpit with the really nice circular pieces to make it a shaped angle. All in all, this is just a great set with a great price. Enough said. Number 5, I think, is the most underrated set of the year. That is the Pirate Snubfighter. This is such a cool design, honestly, and the figures are great as well. Sure, they reuse the same head, but I'm personally very happy with the Snubfighter. I think it's a great design, great techniques, and I think the only reason why people hate on the set is because it's $35. And if it was 30, if it actually retailed for $30 that it should have been, in my opinion, then it easily could have been in the top 3. However, it is $35, so I had to push it down on the list, but I absolutely think this is a stellar set. It reminds me a lot of the 2014 Viewing, just a random starfighter with 2 cool alien figures, so the Viewing didn't really have aliens, but you get my point. It has 2 really cool exclusive figures and a great build with great techniques, and I think it's super fun to swoosh around, and it is a great starfighter to your collection. Number 4, we have the big $100 set from The Mandalorian. You're probably shocked that it's number 4. Most people probably expected this to be number 1. Well, it isn't, for one reason. I personally think the Fang Fighter is a meh design. I think it's fine. I don't hate the Mandalorian starfighters, but I think the one that they did in 2021 with Bo-Katan was far superior. Of course, that was a bigger set and had more pieces. This set, of course, gave most of its pieces to the TIE Interceptor, which I think is pretty perfect. It is the best TIE set that we ever got. Maybe it's even better than the Han Solo TIE Fighter that they did a couple of years back. I am a big fan of both of these sets, of course, but the TIE Interceptor is, I think, superior. And another reason why this set is a bit lower is because of the figures. I mean, it's cool to get a brand new Mando, but he appears in the Microfighter and the one other Spider set that is coming out in the summer. Then the Mandalorian is nothing special. He reuses Kingo's head from Marvel, and the figure that I think is the best is actually the droid. I love the design for the little guy. It's a nice Imperial droid, and it will fit great into many Imperial mocks that I will make. And yeah, that's really it for this set, but the one thing I absolutely love about this set is the price. $100, such a great price for this set. I think it fits perfectly for 2 models. Both of them I think are very fair for the price and make this one of the best price sets of the year. Now number 3 is the Executor, the return of Midiscale. Absolutely in love with the set, love the design, love the techniques that they use. Midiscale was such a great idea that LEGO just went away from, and I am so glad that LEGO is finally doing it again, as I hope we will get a mini Venator and a mini just regular Imperial Star Destroyer. I think those could look really cool. Now LEGO has so many brand new pieces, you know, that have all these triangular curves, and they fit so well for Imperial ships. I mean, the greebling on this as well is so detailed, and there's of course a really cool Easter egg in that set that I won't spoil while you're building it. But most importantly, this is just a really solid set. I mean, $70, it's really fair as you get a solid build and a lot of fun with it, as there are many new techniques with it and great new pieces to utilize to create such an iconic build. I mean, this is the most iconic Imperial Star Destroyer, of course, from both Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, and that's why I just had to put it on number 3. Now, number 2 is, surprisingly, the Battle Pack. Yes, this is number 1 as well, probably a common answer that this would be number 1, but I personally just think the old one is better. I like the old 501st part a bit better just because I like regular troopers than specialist troopers, but this battle pack is still great. I love the 501st, and I love that we got a Battlefront set again. So this battle pack is extremely nice to see. I am one of the few people that actually really likes the Clone Trooper helmet holes, and I think they're great for customization, and this battle pack just proves it. And I already have 3 of those, and I will probably get a few more of this battle pack, as it's a great army builder and fits great with the old 501st battle pack that we got in 2020. And lastly, we have number 1, the Throne Room Diorama, my personal favorite set of the entire year so far, as I think it has great figures. Sure, 2 more Royal Guards would have been great, but what we have is also really great. A brand new Emperor with a new head, torso and legs. Luke Skywalker has a new hairpiece. Those things look really good. I wish though that Luke Skywalker would have had ripped open shirt like he has at the end of that scene, but they're clearly portraying the beginning of the scene, though there are lightning bolts, so they're implying that you could recreate both of the scenes. I don't mind that they cheaped out of Luke, as that new hairpiece really makes up for it. It's a really nice sight to see. Vader is the same as the one from TIE Bomber. He has that new hair and of course arm printing, but the entire set is just really good looking. I built it on May 4th actually, and I love the techniques that they used for the window, and it wasn't really that repetitive as I thought. I thought this would be a very repetitive build and a very boring one, but it really isn't. There are many great techniques that make it just interesting to build, and you're never really bored with it, and that's why I just had to put it on number 1. I am just in love with this set. It is my favorite set of the entire year. And yeah, that's really it for the video and the list in general. My favorite set, of course, is the Throne Diorama, but what is your guys' favorite set? I would like to know. Write it down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. I make videos every Friday, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye!